on social media, there's been a lot of talk of toxic masculinity versus masculinity. Okay. So I think it's tossed around a lot, you know, like even just the alpha and beta conversation, like all of that is being tossed around, thrown in a pot, and people are not necessarily understanding what is masculinity, what to actually expect from masculine or masculinity, or what that should look like, and versus toxic masculinity, which is a whole different spectrum that we throw a lot of people into. And I don't feel like that's fair, you know, just being the social worker I am. This is like, it's just not fair to just like, I don't feel like you should throw the term narcissism out or narcissist out, because it's overused. You overuse it, it doesn't have the same meaning. So what do you think about that with toxic masculinity versus masculinity? And
all right, so one, I don't believe in toxic masculinity. I don't believe there's
at all.
At all. I believe that what is being labeled as toxic masculinity are actually damaged, hurt men. It's nothing masculine about that. So for example, if you see a man berating, or let me use something different. If you see a man being abusive towards a woman, right? Some people may say he's being toxic, that's toxic masculinity. No, that is a damaged, insecure man who does not know how to manage his emotions. There is nothing masculine about a man who cannot manage his emotions. There is nothing masculine about a man who does not know how to have composure in the midst of a storm. There's nothing masculine about a man who reacts rather than processes and properly addresses and resolves the situation. So what you're seeing is not masculinity. It's far from it. So to label it toxic, no. If we start labeling anything as toxic masculinity, then where's the toxic femininity? There's no such thing. All right? It's just damaged people. That's it. And damaged people make everything look toxic. That once you are hurt, you have not healed, and you're projecting your negative energy onto different things, you will now taint the image of anything that you profess you are.
Really good.
You see what I'm saying? So I think we again, I do think that some people have used the toxic masculinity because, again, there are people out there who want to destroy the masculine feminine dynamic. All right. I literally spoke at an event, I want to say 3-4 years ago, where I didn't know they were gonna talk like this, but on stage, one of the guys was like, oh, you know, masculine and feminine is a social construct and we need to do away with both of them. That's what a lot of them really want. They want to do away with all they want. I'm not even gonna get too deep, but the bottom line is they're trying to eliminate it. But to me, masculine and feminine is not social constructs. They are biological facts. All right. Here's reality. If we take a woman right now and we start to inject testosterone in that woman, she will become more assertive, more aggressive. Her body will become stronger. Her libido will jump. All right. She will start to exhibit masculine traits, all right? If you start to pump a man with estrogen, it is a fact, he will become more emotional. His body will become softer. He will start to give off more feminine energy because the lifeblood of masculine and feminine is testosterone and estrogen, which is why if you dissect a man, we have naturally way higher testosterone and women have way higher estrogen. And when we see these imbalances in people, rather than saying, oh, it's because these things are just, no. Again, not to get too deep, but we have so much in our world now that is contaminated. Our food, our water, the things that we have in our house that affect our hormones. So we're not addressing the core issue of testosterone, our hormone levels being off. They're not supposed to be. And that creates a problem. And then, of course, there's other influences and other things that are throwing everything off. But to get back to the original point, yes, I just think that, no, there is no toxic masculinity, but I do believe that a lot of men right now, unfortunately, are being led in the wrong direction in regards to masculinity. And they're not being given a proper example. Many want to put on the uniform of masculinity, but they're not actually masculine men yet. And they have not become who they need to become. And I think that does need to be addressed more and need to be discussed more. And it's the same way that I feel like, listen, a lot of women have become very detached from their feminine energy. You know what I'm saying? And they're walking more in masculine energy than they are in femininity. And it's contributing to why we're seeing even more problems in relationships in these worlds. It's not good for our society whatsoever. So there's a lot that needs to be corrected and addressed when it comes to this discussion.
I agree. Do you believe in alpha?
So here's the interesting thing.
I'm gonna leave it. That's my last one. I ain't gonna hit you with nothing else. I promise.
Listen, you can ask all you want. I don't care. We got 5 more questions. But in regards to alpha, I do believe. So I'm someone who tries to stay true to definitions. All right.
Okay.
There is a specific definition for alpha. All right. Being the man who is the dominant one of the pack, the alpha man. When you actually dissect the definition and you understand that if we have a group of 10 men, all of them can't be alpha at that moment. There is one who will be the dominant man of the pack. He is the alpha man. He is the leader. All right. So I think that we may, as you mentioned, how we overuse certain terms.
We do.
I think that, yes, we are guilty of overusing the term alpha. And even I have overused the term alpha because I think it's a catchy phrase. What I've come to realize is my goal is not about making men become alpha. It's about making men tap into their masculine energy, because everyone can be masculine. Every man can become a masculine man. You see what I'm saying? Everyone's not alpha, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? And even as an alpha man, you have to know when you have to take a step back. You feel me? In every situation, you can't be the leader in every situation. Sometimes you got to be second in command, third in command, whatever. That's a wise man. So to me, I want men to be masculine and wise. That's the main focus. But I ain't gonna lie, will I use the term alpha here and there? Yeah, because that's what people, they connect with that term. So it's easier using terms that people are accustomed to and they're used to. But I think the word's been abused and misunderstood, to be honest with you.
I agree with that.